engines, getting everything ready. What is up to the humans of Earth? I hope everybody's having a great evening. Let me just go ahead and make sure that everything is getting started here. Checking the cockpit, checking all the controls. So far, so good. Hope everybody's doing great tonight. Bam. Just going ahead and making sure everything is up. All right. Cool. So, I hope everybody's doing good tonight. And my name is Seth. My friends call me Silky. And yeah, this is Sovereign Starseed. This is my channel. This is the spaceship. Welcome aboard. We are doing daily cryptocurrency news every night. And we also like to end up speaking a little bit about esoteric wisdom. Now, a little bit on that, I'll just go ahead and say that I'm going to start to just go ahead and kind of section out the videos a little bit with respect to everybody's interests on what they want to end up following on the channel, so that way we can kind of like, when we have little bits of time, we can go ahead and just choose the knowledge that we need that's coming out of the channel. So I think that's going to be really cool. And, so tonight it might be a little bit shorter of a stream. We're going to try to do the Discord again. If anybody is seeing any problems with the Discord, go ahead and shout it out, please. Because this is a brand new ship, so like we're still getting everything running. And so if there's anything that's not running correctly, if you see any audio out of sync, if anything is overlapping especially, that's what I'm trying to look for, please call that out. So anyways, what I'm going to go ahead and say is we're going to start off with some of the cryptocurrency news. And to the humans of Earth, we're going to start off with Coindesk. Coindesk.com has an awesome article out tonight, and it says France gives the go-ahead for blockchain trading of unlisted securities. So it says basically the French government has given the official nod for trading unlisted securities using blockchain technology, Reuters reports. So it says the country's finance minister Bruno Le Maire said that the new rules would be a boon for Paris as a financial center. Continuing, the use of this new technology will allow fintech firms and other financial actors to develop new ways of trading securities that are faster, cheaper, more transparent, and safer. So the move comes as part of the country's goals to foster Paris as a hub for financial innovation, and I think that's pretty cool right now. So, they're definitely doing some things to allow for unlisted securities to now be listed somewhere for people to end up having a place to settle their agreements, and I think that's pretty cool. So, what's up to everybody out there? First of all, hope everybody's doing good. We've already blasted off. We're already there. We're going to be getting in the Discord here soon. Humans out there. Ray of Sunshine's there. What's up? So glad that you're able to make it. And anybody else that's here. Yo, Skull Buff's up in the house. I was all like, yo, did you leave? So, yeah. Permacat's in the house. Okay, cool. See, I want everybody to say what's up. That's great. So good for that. And you guys, you know what? So the squad is assembling. We're getting here, and I'm super grateful for this. So another thing that I was going to say too is that after this show, I'm probably going to go ahead and just give like a short break to prepare my PDF. But then after that, we're going to dip into some esoteric wisdom for anybody that is interested in that. Don't want to make you have to stay up too late for it, but it is, it's definitely some good information. So, just stick around after the stream, and we'll start another transmission here in just a second. So next in the news, I just want to go ahead and talk about how people are discovering Bitcoin worth thousands of dollars in change tip accounts. The BitcoinNews.com has an article out that says change tip is the gift that keeps on giving. Do any of you guys remember? Change tip? Did anybody ever have a change tip account? So if you didn't, basically, I'll just explain, that change tip is something that is, let's see. Change tip a long time ago, whenever you would give good information on places like Reddit and other forums, you could use a small service called Change Tip and give somebody a small piece of Bitcoin for their information. And in fact, a long time ago, because Bitcoin was so worthless, then it wasn't valued. It People were getting, like, pieces of Bitcoin, like half a Bitcoin. Sometimes people get a Bitcoin, sometimes people get 2, 3 Bitcoin. And you know how historical that is to end up saying that right now? Is that, like, there are people right now that are going back into their Change Tip accounts and they're sitting there going, holy crap, like, thank you to whoever tipped me Bitcoins in the past, back when my Change Tip account, ignoring it back when my .07 BTC was worth a few dollars, now it's worth more than 1,000. And like, that's just like the people that are reporting what they got, and they're cool about that. There's a lot of other accounts out there that, still haven't even been accessed, that these assets have just been steadily growing in, and that is amazing. So, what's really cool about this, guys, is that, like, what I could say is what's really good about what's happening with the price of Bitcoin right now is that Wall Street has now started trading Bitcoin as of yesterday, and we've already seen parts of the mining operations black out. We've already seen websites like CBOE shut down. We've also seen, like, exchanges as well start to go under heavy stress due to just the Wall Street influx. And CBOE is just the first company to trade Bitcoin futures. There's going to be many more after that, but they're already having a lot of scaling problems because it's just very hard for them to be promising something to their customers that should be going 24/7 when they only operate 9 to 5. So, yep. Next in news, Cointelegraph has a cool article out called "Bitcoin Mining Operations Increase Sharply, Resulting in Blackouts." And that's pretty much exactly what I was just talking about, how, the recent influx of all the adoption, everybody talking about it, it being in the mainstream media, it being everywhere. We're starting to see that, Bitcoin mining is now becoming more than just a hobby. It's now becoming pretty much something that people are going to start to depend on. It's going to be things that, some people are going to try to look at, for a long-term investment. So because of that, it's something that's really good to try to think about how, like, it's already started to result in blackouts in certain areas where the power can't handle it, and there's already been, like, so many proposals on how to end up handling some of the power surges due to Bitcoin. So, yep, just wanted to go ahead and talk about that there, just because, there's so many different ways for this to end up happening. There's a lot of alternatives, such as hydro mining is my favorite one that I've seen so far. There's a coin out there that supports hydroelectric mining. Guys, if you didn't know about that, definitely Google it, take a look into it, just because there is a coin and it's beautiful. And I can't remember exactly what it's called right now, but, like, they sold out super fast, and, like, I couldn't even get into it. And so, like, I love what it's about, and I want more. I want more environmentally friendly coins like that too, like, like windmill token that provides, like, electricity via the windmills, things like that. So anyways, next in the news, I just wanted to go ahead and talk about how Pantera invests $3 million in a sharing economy token, Origin. So CoinDesk has put out a article today that says that Pantera is definitely jumping on board. They've heard about the craze, and it says John Fraser, Origin co-founder, told CoinDesk, "We're asking a really audacious question. What if open source software can replace dozens of multi-million or even multi-billion-dollar companies?" So just think about how, like, if you are a record deal or an artist that's having to deal with record deals, or you're somebody that creates something, and you have to deal with billion-dollar corporations telling you how to release your art, when to distribute it, what you can do with it, and then somebody all along comes somebody comes along and says, man, like I got a very smart team right here that's creating a solution for this, so that way you can feel safe in creating your art and not have to worry about, you know, all of the repercussions of like how to distribute it, how fast you can do it. Like now you can be sovereign over your art, and now you can go ahead and do with your art what you want. And I think that's beautiful. So Tampa Bucks in the house, what's up? ETH is considered open-based software, correct? So I would say that, like, yeah and no. Like there's certain parts of it that, like, you know, they're that people are going to use proprietarily, but like most of it is completely open source and Turing complete, meaning that they're trying to end up making it so that you could pretty much put computational computers up to the blockchain, but you can also see that it can work with many programming languages. So that has a huge huge, you know, feature to it that makes it like the #2 blockchain. But yeah, like what's really cool about this is that, like, you know, Origin is now seeing a whole bunch of funding coming into it. And Pantera, I'm definitely sure that, you know, people are definitely going to be paying attention to what they're saying, what they're investing in. And now that's going to end up seeing probably a spike in Origin. Let's see what happened. Now that Origin is making headlines. Let's go to World Coin Index. So whenever you guys want to end up finding out what's going on with things, you just go to worldcoinindex.com, or you go to coinmarketcap.com, and this is how you see what's going on with the current token. So I'm bringing up World Coin Index right now because we're going to just take a look at Origin and see if we can find it on here. It's possible we may not. Yeah, see? Not seeing it. That's okay. So we go to CoinMarketCap. No problems. Oh man. Okay, so yeah, maybe I might not be able to end up finding it just because a lot of times it may be so new. Origin coin. All right. Pretty interesting. The only thing I can find is this one article right here that we were reading. Boom, boom. It's like Origin.io or something. Watch. OriginProtocol.com. Okay, cool. The sharing economy without intermediaries. Origin platform. They got a Slack and a Telegram, so you can reach out and ask them questions. Build your business on Origin. Whether you're a freelance photographer, apartment owner, bike share supplier, or existing sharing economy business, Origin makes it easy to do business on the decentralized web. Get in touch to learn more. So see, they're already trying to do things on the decentralized web. Their tech stack is on Ethereum. So as you can see, guys, like it's super easy to end up making something on the Ethereum protocol. Super easy. That's what makes it so hot. So yeah, right there you can end up seeing that Origin's pretty cool. They got a product. This is their product, you know, the briefest way to see it. Let's see what else we can get here. Executive summary. So it's a sharing economy marketplace and a set of protocols that enables buyers and sellers of fractional used goods and services, car sharing, service-based tasks, home sharing, to transact on the distributed open web using the Ethereum blockchain and interplanetary file system. The platform, that's so cool. Interplanetary file system. An alien like me needs one of those. The platform and community are decentralized, allowing for the creation and booking of services and goods without traditional intermediaries. So you could transfer direct financial value from large corporations like Airbnb, Craigslist to individual buyers, transfer direct financial and strategic value, creates new financial value. It's built on an open, distributed, and shared data platform. So yeah, basically this is something that is like another way to end up transacting, doing business. And you know, I definitely think it's pretty cool because Now that Pantera is putting a lot of money into it, they're probably going to end up speaking up about that, and that'll probably end up helping the price out for a little while. So, Ray's up in the house. Yo, yes. What's up? The regular. Hey, so I was just going to end up saying too, bro, that like tonight what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do the discussion, crypto, and the crypto discussion, give a small like transmission break, and then we're just going to come back to doing the esoteric knowledge here in just a moment. So, yeah. Yo, so glad. See, everybody say what up to Ray in the spaceship. He's helping everybody else get here, you know? That's so great. Thanks for helping everybody beam up. Next, I want to go ahead and talk about something that's very important for anybody that is looking at cryptocurrency right now and seeing it in the future. It's kind of important, it's kind of not. So like, here's what I'll say, is that, you know, CryptoCoinsNews.com has an interesting article out right now, and it says Bitcoin's dark secret. And it says there are a lot more than 21 million Bitcoin. And so what it says is that August 14th, 2010, hackers created 184 billion counterfeit Bitcoin, which the hackers sent to 2 addresses and are now untraceable. According to the official story, the hack was identified, code was rewritten, and the blockchain rebooted within just 5 hours, stranding the 184 billion Bitcoin in cyberspace without the requisite 120 confirmations for inclusion into the blockchain. Satoshi and the early Bitcoin development team took quick action. As a result of their efforts, they maintained the cap of 21 million and laid the foundation for future growth and global adoption. There's just one huge 3 quadrillion problem with this story. If the 184 billion Bitcoin are real, they exist in someone's wallet and are just waiting to be laundered back into the system. So there's something that's pretty interesting there where like basically you guys can see that like it could end up definitely toppling parts of the economy. Here's part of the article right here about what it talks about, just so we could go into our sources a little bit. But, you know, this is something that is very good for us to know. So what happened to these? I can't seem to find any more info on this, you know, and there's like all these things. Good thing Bitcoin wasn't popular at the time that this happened. You know, like there's people that are reading up on this right now. And so it's some good information to end up knowing about. But, you know, to continue the story, we could end up saying this. On August 14th, let's see. On August 23rd, 2017, after 2 years of debate, Bitcoin officially adopted SegWit, segregated witness, a technology that was arguably designed to boost blockchain capacity so that we wouldn't have the slowdowns of the network right now. However, much of the developer community felt so strongly that the security compromise outweighed the purported benefits of SegWit that they forked a new currency called Bitcoin Cash on August 1st, 2017. That's one of the first days that I was making YouTube videos, and I decided to not participate in that fork. And so since then, I've learned. That was the first fork. So, yep. And anyways, ahead of the SegWit adoption, in order to preserve the intended purpose of Bitcoin as a decentralized, secure currency. So why did the developers oppose it? There's like good posts that are out there, but basically it basically says that SegWit shifts the incentives to miners away from verifying transaction signatures, which creates the opportunity for the aforementioned mystery hackers to spend their 184 billion Bitcoin. If the miners no longer validate transaction signatures, then it doesn't matter that transaction 74,638 failed to achieve the requisite 120 confirmations. Dang, this is the transaction right here on the blockchain. Wow. Says a strange block. And it's talking about all of this Bitcoin. Whew, whew, whew. So, all right, there you go. As you can see, you know, that's something that's pretty interesting right there, guys. So, you know, this This is what's happening there, and what I could say is not to be too worried about it. So it basically says Bitcoin's new cap 184 billion, 21 million. So yeah, basically what we can say is that, after reading through this, what I'll kind of say is that, guys, like, everything was already rewritten, and if there was a whole lot of controversy about this right now, there would be a lot more people speaking up, talking about it, saying like, oh my goodness, and here's the other thing. Wall Street and all these people, like, and all the research that they've done before launching these futures, they haven't found this. And that is something that I find that's very interesting for not only anybody that's watching, but anybody that will watch in the future, is that, this is something that was created, it was patched up, the same fork continued to continue to go forward, and this was before a lot of other things like other alt currencies were created. So because of that, guys, like, it's just something that's really good to end up remembering. And so there is the possibility that these Bitcoin could come back in, and they're probably going to come back into the market, but they can only come back into the market slowly. And they're only going to be able to come back in different areas, and very, very tumbled, like very, very split up into small, minute amounts. So you're not going to be able to see these types of things just flood the market and crash the market. And in fact, if you think about it long term, if these people want to spend Bitcoin for what it is, they want to keep the value as high as they can. So, they're definitely going to go ahead and just try to make sure that they don't release too many back in to the economy to crash it all at once. And, that's just something to think about. So, on this channel, it's very good for us to make sure that, we're standing up, because forewarned is forearmed. And, it's definitely good to know that, because there's a lot of people that think there's just 21 billion Bitcoin. And on the current blockchain, with what, we're seeing right now, absolutely, that is the truth. But there is the 184 billion Bitcoin that was hacked a long time ago, and it was patched up, but people still can't find those Bitcoin. So, that's what I want to say too, is that even with all of those Bitcoin that have been out there, and these forks coming off of the Bitcoin blockchain, it's still above 15K right now, holding. And like, that's amazing. So like, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And we have major countries that have banned it and are not participating right now. That's phenomenal. And when they do participate in these things to evolve, you can only think it's going to get even better. So if they are sold, Ray's got a great question. Check this out. If they are sold, does the blockchain recognize them as real BTC? Yes, they will. And I don't know how that's going to end up. I don't know how that's going to play out. That's something that I really want to end up trying to see, is like, I'm like, what would happen? Like, would it like conflict with other transactions, or would it like would it stop other people's transactions from being sent in the future? Could there possibly be an error message of Bitcoin that, like, we're sending it to the address, but the address isn't getting it, but we're seeing it go into the blockchain? There may be some type of thing that happens like that. And if that's the possibility, we're going to have to now question something like this. Is be like, hey, is that $184 billion, that 184 billion Bitcoin hack, does that have anything to do with this weird reason as to why our coins aren't getting received? Because maybe they've already been spent, or the counterfeit coins. I don't know. Here's another way it could work out. The counterfeit coins could slide right into the network, be recognized as real, and slowly, we'll just see, there being more than 21 million Bitcoin, and we'll be like, wait, what happened? So many people will be like, what's going on? How did this, oh my gosh, what happened? Like, I thought there was only 21 million. Well, thank you guys, to all of you guys that tuned in right now, because now you know. And so in case any of your friends, any of your family, anybody you care about in the future starts to question that, should something like that happen, well, now you got the answers. You know what I mean? So Could this be the downfall of Bitcoin? I don't think so, Tampa Bucks. Like, that's what I'm thinking I'm not thinking that as much. Augustine, thank you so much for joining. Appreciate it. Yeah, so Tampa Bucks, no, actually, I would definitely say this, is that, like, if anything, is pretty good for the value of Bitcoin, because now we're going to end up seeing that there's going to be so many more opportunities for people to try to, well, actually, no, let me take this back. There's actually just going to end up being a much longer area for people to look at Bitcoin, because these people don't want to ruin the price of what they hacked, especially if they're keeping it for this long, and they're hiding it, and all that stuff. You got to have value on that. So because of that, you want to keep this price going. And if you want to keep the price going up, you're not going to try to slip too many of these back into the economy. It's kind of like this, guys. What if somebody set up a printer right out in the backyard of the Federal Reserve? You know what I'm saying? What if they sent out a printer right out the back of the Federal Reserve, and every little serialized dollar that was being printed from the Federal Reserve, there was just another printer that was printing the same serialized dollar. So that's what I'm saying. You may be able to get away with spending it, in certain little areas between people, but then once it starts to hit things like the blockchain, or like how the serialized fiat dollars start to hit the IRS or the other accounting systems, like the Treasury's accounting systems, that's when the conflicts happen. And they're like, wait, what happened? This money was already spent. So was the money that was already spent real, or is the money that's being spent right now real? That's the question, Johnson. And that's the whole thing that we may have to end up seeing when this type of thing happens. So no, I don't have like too much worry in it, just because like I know that like people aren't going to end up trying to dump way too much in at once. So that's just something that's very interesting to know. Plus, you guys, Bitcoin is just here to show us what the protocol is capable of. Just the basic protocol is to get us to switch over into decentralization. That's what that protocol does to us and our OSs, our operating systems. And then we use other protocols like Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Monero, all these other things to use other protocols to do other things with trading. And that's how that'll work. So yeah, exactly, Ray. It's so much. But you see how we are slowly going to be losing the idea of what dollars are? Look at the amount that Ray's popping out in chat, guys. Like, that's such a big amount that is actually something we can calculate right now that is affecting us. So like, because of that, like, you can see how like the dollar is increasingly getting more and more significant. This is starting to sound like Zimbabwe. You see what I mean, guys? That's what I'm really wanting to open our eyes to, is the fact that this is starting to look like our dollar's crashing so freaking hard that it costs so many of those things to get one of these digital things. You see what I mean? That much BTC could pay the U.S. national debt over 38 times. It could probably pay the whole world's debt. Exactly. So it would reset. And that's why, like, it wouldn't even work. So like, that's pretty interesting. And like, we live in very, very fragile times, but very beautiful times. So, yep, thinking about that. That's block. So just think about that, guys. Block number 74638. If that ever comes up again, just think about that. I want to tweet that. Be like, yo, who's going to remember block 74638? And if that's going to have anything to do with the world's economy. So yeah, anyways, check this out. So look at this here. Business Insider from Australia is talking about an article that says investors have nothing to fear from a bursting of the Bitcoin bubble. So it basically talks about how the stratospheric price rise this year, as shown in the chart below from Capital Economics, helps explain why there's just so much interest in the virtual currency. So it just says phenomenal, right? And it just basically shows like about how like the stock market capitalizations, how they have like how they have like compared to these other markets here, and you know, there's really so many things that are propping this up behind the technology that it's just beautiful to see people like Business Insider reporting news like this. You know, just saying like, you know what, we don't even really have to worry about anything, guys, because of the technology. It's the protocol behind it that's making all this worth it. So, you know, with that, I'm just going to go ahead and end the crypto news. I'm going to get into the stream lounge now. If anybody wants to go ahead and jump into the stream lounge, go ahead and hop in with me, and we can definitely have a nice little conversation. You know, don't be shy. I'm going to pop the link out in chat if you want to join through any of the other channels that we're watching on. And yeah, if we don't end up, you know, having anything that we want to say, then I'll just go ahead and cut the stream now, or cut the stream soon, and then I'm going to basically start again, take my break before we do the esoteric news, guys, because that's gonna be so fun. Oh my gosh. Holy cow, the keyboard shortcuts on Windows are horrible. Especially if you have a Mac keyboard, that's all. Hey, could everybody still hear my microphone? Did my microphone mute? Let me make sure I could hear myself. Cool, cool. People can hear my microphone. All right, yo. Taylor's up in the stream lounge. What up? Yo, there you go. I can hear you. What up? What up? How you doing, bro?
Yo, what up, man?
Man, I'm having a good night. I'm just taking a nice zoomed out look at cryptocurrencies and how they're affecting the world.
No, for sure, man. No, good stream today. Good stream today for sure.
Appreciate it, bro. How finals been going?
Man, just now done. Now done.
Whew. Nice, nice. How do you feel?
Dude, feels good. I think I'm gonna. I was going for the whole 4.0, obviously. So, but I think one of my classes got to be in one of those. So I'm just gonna rock that 3.8 GPA. It's not bad.
Dude, it's all good, man.
I'll take it.
It's all good, bro. Congrats, everybody, man. You know, like if you guys throw out congrats, man, because this is so cool. Because, yeah, I'm just glad to see that you're doing your thing, man. And like, yep, it's been a journey already. Now you've like, we've seen you like go through finals. Now you've completed finals, and like, what's gonna be next, bro?
Hey man, like I can't tell you how many times it was like it'd be like I'd be at the library or something, and it's like, damn, like I really want to come to this end of this stream like right now, just to watch it. And I was like, I know that I'm just gonna be up till 2, 3, just researching after, just not doing my actual study.
Nice, exactly, bro, exactly. Yeah, don't worry about it, man. And like other people have been talking about it too, about like, you know, if you leave comments and things like that, don't worry about it. We're always gonna be here, and we're gonna start to get in the chat like a lot more lit, and it's gonna be a lot more fun as well. So, yep.
Yeah, like I went back and watched some. I went and commented on like one of the videos that you had posted. I went back to go watch it. I was like, yeah, I'm happy, man, for not being able to like come onto the Discord and nothing.
It's all good.
Like, how's the past couple of days, man? How's it been? How's it been going for you?
It's been great. Like there's been a lot of different news that's been popping out, and you know, it's been really good because like we've been dipping a little bit into like sovereignty and helping people like just stand on their own feet while they end up looking at these currencies, and that's what's really important because we have to make our own decisions and we have to end up doing our own research on this stuff. So.
No, 100%. And like I was actually getting curious too after listening to the stream. Some of those you were talking about Origin.
Yeah, Origin token is something. Let's see. Let's go back to it. Yeah, because like Origin is something that. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying like I missed a little bit. I was getting my whole computer like. That's why I was asking about if it was like how it goes on up with Ethereum. Like, you know how I went and asked like is Ethereum like an open sharing like kind of platform? Is that so like that kind of links with Origin or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so like Origin, like so let me go ahead and look deeper into it, but like there are Origin is one of those ones that like I think it's using the Ethereum blockchain, or I mean, it said it was.
Okay.
So like it's using the Ethereum blockchain, and that is part of what's going to end up making it decentralized as a DApp.
Okay. Dope. Okay. So it's going to be a DApp more than a currency.
Yes, yes, but it's going to use a currency to fund it, kind of like an IPO would.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I was getting a little into that. I wrote that down. I was taking some notes to go back and read on tomorrow and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I actually do have another question, but this is more like I'm just into investment banking, I'm a finance major, so I get how the stock market and things like that work, and picking up trends on cryptos. It's definitely relatable, just on a way more in terms of fast-paced scale.
Yep.
But I also get I'm thinking about taking maybe in my free time some coding and computer classes, just so I can kind of understand cryptos a little bit more, just what's going on other than just the whole money, the monetary side of things. Because I think when you understand something more, you find more value in what you're putting your money in, which is obviously a better thing.
Yep.
So I was I'm learning about on my own about nodes and coding and things like that, and I was wondering, so I was researching a lot on hashing and understanding what hashing is, and I was wondering if you could and I know you were big into mining and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was wondering if you could give me some little insight more on other than a YouTube video or Investopedia definition. That's just
Of what hashing is?
Yeah.
Sure.
Simple down to I know that's probably not something you expect someone to ask, but just trying to learn.
Yeah, so let's see. So I know that whatever I say, I'm going to be open for debate to anybody that watches this later. So if you guys want to correct me, I'm totally cool on this. But I'll say this is that hashing to me is just pretty much the signing of these transactions. And so the signing of transactions, and that's what the whole leverage of the blockchain does. That's exactly what all of these things do, is that they're signing transactions to the blockchain. So when you buy something like hash power from a mining company, you're buying a faster and faster ability to sign transactions.
Okay, that's what you're saying. That's way easier for me to understand than
Right. Yes, and I wanted to end up making sure I'm all how do I say this balanced, so that way if anybody's watching this, I'm not trying to go over anybody's head, and I'm also not trying to insult anybody's intelligence. But yeah.
I really appreciate that. That makes more sense.
Yeah, exactly, bro. So it's kind of how a bank, if you go to a bank, they all compete to each other, right? Because Bank of America's all yo, we got so many ATMs. That means that we can do so many more transactions than small little credit union. But
so the more hashing power you have, the more transactions you can confirm and verify.
Boom. By hashing them, by signing them, yes.
By signing them up. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. That's a great way to explain it. Thank you for that.
Yeah, bro.
This is why I was writing it down. I was I gotta ask.
Oh, dude, I love this. Please, you guys, anybody else that has questions like these, that's what I love too, is that when you ask me this question, is that it forces my brain to be oh, how do I find a way to explain this? And it makes me to find new ways of explaining it to people. So yeah, that's great. And if anybody else has any questions about that, pop that out either in the chat, come up in the Discord room if you want. It's all good. But yeah, and if you guys, oh yeah, I know you guys do have other ones. Yeah. Anybody else has any questions about that, pop that on either in the chat. Come up in the Discord room if you want. It's all good. But yeah. And if you guys.
Okay, so I was reading into Ethereum gas.
Oh yeah, I know you guys do have. Okay. I'm trying to end up. Go for it.
Go ahead.
I was trying to see if I could get this audio to work better, because you guys can only hear one side, right? I think it's you can only hear one side. So let's see. Boom. Headset microphone. All right. I was trying to see if I Okay, cool. So yeah, man, like I'm like, how's IOTA doing for you? How's everything else?
Dude, IOTA's moving. I'm loving IOTA.
Perfect.
I'm just telling everybody who ever like comes to ask me about crypto, because a lot of people now will start seeing me trading in like class or just sort of groups and stuff like that. What are you doing, man? Trading.
Yep.
Looking at things, just researching, and they just see all these. Okay, cool. I'm just flipping between. I've got like 7, 8 tabs open. I'm just seeing where I can find other things. So I'm just telling everybody, dude, IOTA's awesome. So I love IOTA. But I think right now it's still hovering around like 4 something, 410, 420, I think. Just kind of fluctuates there. I'm really excited what it's gonna do in like 2018. And I've just been trying to learn more and more about the tank in itself.
Yeah, good. Because then see if so when you start to learn that type of knowledge, then you're going to be like really critical for people that are trying to develop projects later on, as well as like the investment knowledge. And if you do get into like getting into coding, things like learning just cryptography and learning about hashing, learning about those types of things is just going to end up making you like having like a really good skill set to like advise on a lot of other things. So
Yeah, that's just what I'm trying to do more. I'm just trying to learn. I do like that. I was also curious if you had. So I think it was Mango who came in, and I think.
Oh, well, we were looking at Zcash, and like if he was gonna end up getting like 19,000 off of his 2 terahash, but we were also looking at something else too. I reported on the petrodollar. Yeah. Oh, it's all good. Yeah, Petro. So PETRO is the one that Venezuela is now using. So yeah, they had to convert over because their economy is like going crazy. So, oh man, and what's crazy, dude, is that like it went up and it went way back down. Oh, World Coin Index.
Open everything when I turn on my computer. But what is like some like so like it's like I'm just guessing like what is a really good way of finding like alts, just random gaining tokens that are coming out of nowhere? Because by the time I go on those like websites, it's already showing them up 40%, 30%. So I wasn't sure if you had any tips of like identifying these trends earlier than before they're listed as a top gainer on like one of those websites.
So yeah, a lot of times you just end up seeing kind of like these ICO calendars. That's the best way to do it. Is that like I'll look at the ICO calendars, see if there's going to end up being an ICO going on soon. Then I'll try to go to their website and see like if they're already talking to people on Twitter. And then yeah, I'll also go to their LinkedIn, check everybody's LinkedIn's, check the GitHubs too. If they check the GitHub, yeah, for their project, and make sure that the developers are committing on a regular basis. Because if they're not, then you can smell a scam. So,
Okay.
yep.
Yeah, because that was my worry. Is like I see all these coins up there, and then they just start gaining them, and I'm questioning a lot of them even if they're real.
Yep. So first of all, Rhino Mods, thank you so much for joining in. What's the thing about a new internet? Great question. First of all, thank you for joining us tonight. We're talking about cryptocurrency news, and what that thing is that is actually it is a countdown timer till the FCC makes their decision on net neutrality. And we pretty much know what the decision is now, but I'm starting to look at past the decision and pretty much what humanity's going to be doing, to communicate in the age of information, because we're definitely not going to slow down, right? So yeah, like basically that's that. Rhino Mods. Permacats, can you hear me now? Is it better now? Because I did try to switch the microphone a little bit. Is it better? Throw it out there, guys. Let me know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm listening to you through the Discord, so it sounds
basically
good.
that's that.
Yeah, I know. It's super clear through the Discord.
Because I did try to switch the microphone a little bit.
Let's see here. Okay, cool. Perfect. There we go. Appreciate you, Permacast. Man.
Is it better? Throw it out there, guys.
Let me
know.
see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm listening to you.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, cool. So, and you can hear him too. I wish I could figure out a way to turn up the volume of like the other people in the room too. So I'll try to figure this out more, guys. But hey, if you want to get up in the room, it's all good too, guys. Anyways, right on. So yeah, like what I was gonna say is like, yeah, you usually end up looking at just like the ICO calendars. You end up seeing what's going on like within like Twitter sphere, and like yeah, it's, like I don't know, you'll just start to end up like catching on to these things, and like you'll start to, there's a few chat rooms that you'll start to like become part of once you get onto these. So like here's what I'll say is like petrodollar, you could end up getting over here and you could go to social and it'll have something. Well, actually, let's go to their website. Petrodollar, we go to their website from CoinMarketCap, and then what I'm going to look for on here is like a Telegram or a Discord or a Slack room.
Okay.
Whoa, petrodollar.org. You could buy this domain. Oh my gosh. What is going on? www.38.petrodollar.org. I wonder why it's like that. So see, like that's something that's very interesting to like always like, you know, do your research. So I try to end up going to www.petrodollar.org, guys, and it redirects me to www.38. So this is actually probably XPD, maybe a different one than what the Venezuelan one, what that one that we're talking about was. Because that is definitely different. Venezuela crypto. We'll see. Dang. It does report as PETRO in Reuters, in money.cnn, or no, in NPR. Dang.
So also with the net neutrality, what do you think about sub in terms of an investment then?
I'm sorry, what do I think about what? In terms of... Oh, SUB. I haven't seen it. What is it about? Oh, Substratum, duh.
Yeah, Substratum, my bad.
It's all good. My bad, dude. Like, and I'm like, there's so many things that I've been thinking about. So, Substratum, okay, remind me what that one does again. Is that the wallet? No, that's Electronium.
So I'm pretty sure it is like a way of like creating a new internet that's free from net. Like,
oh yeah.
Like, you know, that goes back. You know, like you use somehow on there. I don't know. It's just I know some decentralized web service.
Yep, that's right. And so basically what it's going to do is everybody's going to allocate computing resources. So this is like a token that allows you to end up just throwing whatever your computer is into part of the decentralized web, and it's just going to make it that much more powerful. And we can watch some more of it. Let's watch some more of it right now. Boom.
Yeah, that's the website. Yep.
90 seconds.
Hello everyone, just wanted to make a short video with 3 things you need to know about Substratum, a project that is going to decentralize the very foundation of the web. Here's number 1. Places like China, Russia, and Iran, they impose heavy restrictions on what content citizens can interact with. This limits the free internet to VPN and Tor users, both of which require additional software just to use. Upcoming laws threaten to deepen the divide by banning VPNs in even more countries. Substratum requires no special software for the average viewer. All they have to do is open their browser and start surfing. It's the power of a decentralized web on any browser. That includes Safari, Chrome, Firefox, Internet Explorer, and even mobile devices. Number 2, everyone is a web host. Substratum Node lets everyone become a web host on the decentralized internet. Unlike technologies based on blockchain, Substratum Node focuses on an intuitive user experience. Anyone can earn substrate, which we call sub, by turning their computer into a host. All it takes is a web browser and a few clicks.
Wow.
Number 3, you can make money while you sleep. During peak hours, your node will run using minimal system resources. When you sign off for the day, Substratum node goes into high gear. For each request your node serves, you're paid a microtransaction from the host in Substrate. It's an incredibly simple way to earn passive income and
like
to make
free
the world a
mining.
better place.
Yeah.
Centralized web.
Yo, okay. So that's it. Pretty much that's what I remember reading something about this too. And so like, yeah, man, like it's just basically you throw your computer at the network and it'll make it that much more powerful. And like that's
Yeah.
even Mac Minis, like old laptops, like Raspberry Pis, even like all of that stuff can end up adding to the computing power of it. And yeah, they'll get passive income, free mining. You're right. Yes. That's so cool. And so yeah, Perfect Cats, thank you for calling that out. I'm gonna try to figure out a way to like turn up the volume of my Discord room so that it could be a lot better. So yeah, I don't know why like one person's way off and the other person isn't. So we'll see. And then right on my it says, could you help me set up a donation fund for my kids' Christmas? Rolling Crypto They'll helped me out with a donation last night, and I think if I could get about double that, I could get them a small but decent Christmas and won't have to pawn my truck. Yo, that's a cool idea. Like yo, like so. I'm not sure about like, let's take a look, man. I'll help you out right now. Let's take a look. Crypto, I'm not sure like about like what kind of crypto donation funds they got, but let's see what we got. Because I'm sure that,
Like a GoFundMe, like crypto.
yeah, cryptocharityfund.com, bro. Check this out. Yay.
Oh, what?
Thanks for asking this, my friend. So like, yeah, with Crypto Charity Fund, you could donate to proven charities. Okay, so that's one. Hold on though. Clean Water Coin, Shapeshift, True Donate, a new cryptocurrency donation system, entering ICO. Crypto Improvement Fund, GoFundMe. I'm not sure how to do this. Hey, it's all good, Rhino Mods. Guess what? I don't know either. So we're going to learn together, baby. You know, we're all babies crawling through life. We're pioneers right now. But because you ask questions like that, like, I am so ready to help you, my friend. So, like, crypto donation fund, like GoFundMe, something like that. There has to be a crypto GoFundMe, dude. And if there isn't, why has not somebody already made this?
Yeah, it's giving me some DAP idea.
Yeah, huge. Holy crap. Donate to crypto.me development fund. Nope, that's a GoFundMe. Oh man, personal fundraising. I don't know what to say. Crypto donation fund. If anybody else knows about how to do this, let me know. Because like I'm trying to end up figuring this out. So I'll end up looking on this for a little bit longer. But you know what I'll say too is that like I'll just keep on blasting something out, Rhino Mods. Keep following the channel. If you haven't already, bro, make sure that you follow, or sister, you know, make sure that you follow the channel. And then we'll be back every night. We do this 10 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 5 o'clock Universal. So cryptocurrency news. And then also after this stream, we're going to be reading into some of the rare knowledge that, you know, is just meant for people that stay up late, that crave the good stuff. So, you know, if you want that, you know, definitely stick around for after the stream. But I will definitely start putting out a blast about this because you're not the first person that I've heard about this. But let me ask you this. Do you stream yourself, Rhino Mods? I'll see you up at Twitch. I do know something if you do stream. Check this out. Boom, boom, boom. My account is like royally screwed up with these guys right now. And it's like just because I signed up at a weird time when they were going through maintenance. No, with this site called Gaming for Good. So Rhino Mods, I don't know if you know about this. You try but your PC slow? Oh, it's all good, bro. Hey, yo, appreciate you. There you go. So we got somebody else joining the squad. Rhino Mods, dude, you're like follower number 20, dude. You're like one of the first of the called, my friend, and I appreciate you. So let me just go ahead and give you this link too, because this is something that I found a little while ago. Gaming for Good. Check this out, bro. Gamingforgood.net has these two integrations because there have been some people that have been asking, yo, Silky, how could I donate? And I've been trying to figure out a good way to donate so that we could give you guys like, you know, that opportunity to give back. And if you want to give back to the channel, it's all good. But this thing, Gaming for Good, that I have up on the channel right now is like a really awesome thing that I've found where you get to donate and set up donations through your Twitch channel, and people could choose to pay through PayPal, they could pay through Visa, MasterCard, everything else. But look at this other one, Bitcoin. Like you could end up actually donating to people through Bitcoin using Gaming for Good. The second cherry on the top is that when people donate through Gaming for Good, they get to have this sliding scale on how much of a percentage goes to the streamer and how much of the percentage goes to the charity, because it also goes off to the Rohingya refugees in Myanmar right now that are suffering a lot. Yeah, dude, in Bangladesh. And I think that is so beautiful. So, like, Gaming for Good is awesome. My account with these guys is just, like, royally screwed up because I connected it to my Twitch account at a time that they were undergoing maintenance. And, like, it screwed up so many things because now I'd have to change my PayPal address, my email to Twitch, all of these things. And so, like, I have to work stuff out with them or else, like, I'd already be trying to integrate this. But, yeah. I'm trying to integrate something, and so like I hope Rhino Mods that helps a little bit for you. And also, if anybody else ends up throwing anything else out in the chat or anything like that in the future, man, because you're following, you'll also be able to check that out too. So the spaceship is open. I like that. Going to try it out. I just have to find something my PC can stream. Yeah, so here's what else I'll tell you. If you need some help with those types of things, man, at some point, like, I'll be able to offer, like, help on that too, because, like, I'm streaming on, like, a 2014 MacBook Air. Not anything special. It just has 8 gigs of RAM, i5, 128 gig hard drive, baby. So that's, like, the thinnest of the thin. So, like, the smallest MacBook at the time. And, I'm still running on that, and what I could tell you is that you just lower, if you haven't already tried this, try to do other things like lowering your quality. Like right now, I don't know if y'all can see this, but I'll give you a secret. The spaceship transmits to Earth in 480p. So like that's pretty crazy. Like if you ever try to blow this up on a big screen, you kind of know what I'm talking about. You'll be like, oh my God, I want to puke. But like, don't worry about it. Like right now I'm just transmitting through 480p. We're going to get better as like, the internet connection gets better, but definitely try that out, Rhino Mods. Lower your quality as well. Lower your frame rate. Lower your audio bit rate if you have to, because I'm coming, like I have to like transmit down to earth through Golden, Colorado. And that is so crazy because like Golden, Colorado has like no good internet. I have less than 1 megabyte upload, bro. So
damn, that's brutal.
Yes, but look at this, dude. You and I are streaming smooth. These guys are getting the chats. It's not too delayed. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good, man.
Yep. So, yeah, man, it is possible, Rhino Mods. Just know it's possible. And, yeah, anybody else, if you guys got anything else that you want to end up knowing, if you have any questions about, throw it out. Wherever anybody else is, Sco Buffs, where you at? Tampa Bucks is up in here.
Did he join the...
He was.
I'm $10. I'm in both.
Nice. That's fresh. That's fresh. Yeah, bro. So, like, if anybody else has any questions, just go ahead and throw them out. But, yeah, what we're going to start doing is we're going to start separating this so that every night you guys can at least count on the cryptocurrency news coming out at 10 p.m. And then also I want to start doing other things. Like, I want to do investment sessions, because I know you guys are wanting that, and I want to show you that. I want to show you how I'm compounding things, how my money is growing consistently every day, and like it's just getting bigger and bigger, and I want you guys to have that same opportunity too. So we're going to start to split those up into some investment sessions. That's for the people that are already following on Twitch. So I'm going to be just letting that out for like the select few people, because there's so many people on the internet, that have like already... Yes, and like I don't want to ruin the technique for everybody. B, I also don't want to put myself and the techniques at risk of hack. So, yep. Okay, so I got another question too. Oh, Rhino Mod shooting them off, pow pow. Every time that you guys watch, you guys get currency on the channel too. We've now released our own currency called stars. So every 10 minutes that you're watching, you're gaining a star, and we're going to start to open up like a little store where I'm going to be able to, the spaceship pays back when you beam up. So, yeah, let's just take a look at this. So I have another question. Do you know much about Coinbase? Yes, sir, I do. Or yes, ma'am. I asked because I was trying to cash out some Bitcoin, some coin to cash, and someone said they would accept Bitcoin for cash, and so I sent them like $5 Bitcoin, but it took almost $20 out. Why did it do that? I was told it was free to use. Nice. Okay, great question. All right.
Nope. not for use. Fees are ridiculous.
Yes. So, yep. So, Rhino Mods, let me ask you this. If you sent this, did you send this within the last 7 days? Did you send this within the last craze, like maybe in the last 30 days? And if you say yes, then I'll say this, is that, yep, what Tampa Bucks Taylor's talking about right now is, yep, there you go, Rhino Mod. So, okay, let me explain this. So, banks, they will end up allowing you to send, like however much money that you need to send, and it happens regardless of whatever time it is, but you can only send it during certain times that they say. Bitcoin, you could send it at all times. You don't have to wait for somebody to say anything. But what happens is depending on how many people are trying to shove Bitcoin at each other at the same time through the network, your fees will be directly proportionate to that. So it's kind of like, okay, yesterday, okay, bro. So yesterday was probably, let me just tell you, let's get honest with each other real fast. Yesterday was probably one of the worst times to send Bitcoin. Okay, all right. It's all good though. It's all good. It's all good. We're all babies crawling through life, and I do this too. Guess what? If it took you almost $20, you still haven't paid the most in transaction fees that I've ever heard of. I have paid $37 in transaction fees before. Okay, so I will tell you that was something that it was crazy, bro. I was like, I don't even want to know why I'm doing this right now, but it was to make it was because Bitcoin cash was going through the roof. It was when China was like dumping 25,000 Bitcoins, not $25,000. They were jumping 25,000 Bitcoins onto Bitcoin Cash, and it was making the price shoot through the roof. So I didn't care about paying $37 in fees because I instantly made like a nice like 17 to 2,800 in an hour. And so because of that, I was like, I don't even worry about it. So like because of that, like it doesn't matter. But I'll just tell you guys this, that yes, Rhino Mods, yesterday was the first day that CBOE started to trade futures on Bitcoin. So Wall Street entered the market yesterday, and that clogged. Yeah, see? So there you go, man. And UK and Japan. So everything was clogging up the network so hard yesterday that in order to send $5, it took $20 to send it because everybody was going rabid over it. Now, this may lead to other questions, and I'm so glad that you asked this, Rhino Mods. Like, first of all, honor to you for asking the right questions, because like this is a place for no shame. We should be able to ask all this good stuff. So I appreciate this right now because it's opening up all this other dialogue. So, and oftentimes, because I've been into this, I don't think about this stuff. But like whenever you bring up these questions, it helps me to think of this stuff and be like, you know what, this is wise to talk about right now. Let's talk about this too. So, anyways, kind of like your cable network. So when you buy cable from your cable provider, if you buy cable internet, your internet speed is going to be dependent on how many people are using the cable network at the time. So during midday and during nighttime hours when everybody's on Netflix and chilling, well then you're going to end up seeing that your cable speed is going to go way down, your games are going to lag, all that stuff. Same thing with the Bitcoin network. So yesterday, Japan, UK, freaking US stock market got into Bitcoin, and that's what slowed the network way down, and it was costing $20 to send 5. Now people are going to end up attacking Bitcoin super hard at that. People that control populaces right now and people that are in governments are going to attack that so fast to go, you see, Bitcoin isn't even really give you any benefit. If it costs you $20 to send 5, you might as well just stay using our safe and pretty government dollars. Don't worry, just trust us. And so like that's what they're going to end up trying to say. But I want you to see this, is that that's the exact reason why Litecoin was created a long time ago. And that's the exact reason what you're explaining right now, Rhino Mods, is the exact reason why Litecoin is going to hit 1,500 what used to be dollars next year. Like that's the best way to say that. Oh yeah, dude. Like that's I don't even know where Mango is because it's already tripled, man. So I'm all like, geez, bro.
Nuts.
So
Do you think there's gonna be a correction with that? I meant to also talk to you about that.
Sure. So yeah, so like yes, and like there will be.
That's what I want to buy.
There will be, but like, so there's two ways it could happen. It could either pulse up and wildly like go spiking through the roof, and we could see a surge on it because of what like Rhino Mods is experiencing, what I experienced recently, and anybody else that tried to send Bitcoin yesterday. What they all experienced was they're like, yo, this is actually stupid. Like, why am I having to spend $20 to send 5? Well, now that's when you ask the perfect question, and this is how you get around it, my friend. You either you just go to an altcoin. So you could either go to Litecoin, or you could go to something like Bitcoin Cash, or you could go to something like Ethereum. You could also go to Zcoin. You could go to PivX. You could go to Monero. All of these things are going to send to your friend in under a minute, and it's going to cost you way less than $20 to get 5 to him. So
yeah, I just sent over half an ETH about like a little over an hour ago. It cost me 27 cents.
So there you go, right there, bro. What I would end up saying,
$300
see, there you go, Rhino Mods. So you have it in Litecoin. What I would end up saying to your friend is go like, all right, bro, for a small little, cut, I will end up transferring that over to Litecoin for you, and I'll send it to you in Litecoin, and then that way you'll get it in like 7 seconds, and it'll cost me like 7 cents. But someone was wanting to buy the Bitcoin. I am just new to coins in general, so I am learning. Thanks for the answer, though. It really cleared up a lot. Hey, thank you for asking, because if it wasn't for your questions like this, guys, I wouldn't have a stream. I wouldn't have a channel like this. So, yo, appreciate it. I'm going to actually, you know what I'm going to start doing? I'm going to make the announcement right now, and I want to figure out a way to, like, set it up even louder and clearer on the channel. The people that submit the most suggestions to the suggestion box on the bottom of the Twitch profile are going to get stars. The people that have the best and most valuable questions every night in chat, whether it be in voice chat or the scrolling chat, we're going to give you guys stars. And it's going to be like my favorite question of the night, which basically opens up the biggest dialogue. And it doesn't mean we don't, ask like the biggest, broadest questions, like what's the meaning of life in Bitcoin, but we just go like, hey, can you tell me something about this, or can you tell me that? And like, I want to start giving out stars so that way we can do things, and like I can spend my stars as I please, guys. And there will be ways that if you guys want to get cryptocurrencies, we could set things up like that. So don't worry. I don't think I even have enough Bitcoins to send now. I only have $15 worth, and yesterday it said I didn't have enough to send. Right, Rhino Moz. So here's what I'll say is keep on trying every once in a while. Another good time to try is usually at like 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Or no, not 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., but around 7 a.m. and around 7 p.m. That's when I've noticed when the markets between the U.S., the Europe, and Asia seem to be kind of like drifting in between each other a little bit, and the transaction fees seem to be the lowest. And how do I know that? Because when I was mining, my fees would be the largest at that time. So like that's kind of like some of the best ways to do it is that, like, if I were you, maybe open up your phone or set a little alarm on your phone for 7 a.m. or 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time is where I'm at. So convert that to where you're at. Where are you from, Rhino Mods? By the way, if you don't want to say that, you don't have to, but if you do, that'd be cool. So anyways, just try it. 7 a.m., 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's when I've noticed, like, sometimes my transactions seem to be the cheapest, and I suspect that's just because that's when everybody in China's waking up, or the Asia markets are waking up. The U.S. is going to bed. Europe is kind of like doing its own thing in between. From Georgia, what up? Right on.
Hey.
Shout outs to Georgia. Right on, guys. Well, yeah, see, so like, yeah, that's what I would say is that you're on East Coast time then. So yeah, just convert that 7, 8, 9 p.m., 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Maybe set up an alert, see if the transactions are going to be cheaper for you there. But then the other thing that you could do if you don't want to wait, which you shouldn't have to with cryptocurrency, that's the whole point, is what Tampa Bucks is talking about right now. You can just switch your Bitcoin over to Ethereum, pay just a few cents, and then you tell your friend, hey, I just sent you that same amount that you wanted in Bitcoin, but it's in Ethereum. All you got to do is download Exodus wallet and swap that right back to Bitcoin, and you'll be good. So yeah, and then be like, you know what, if I were you, I wouldn't even swap that back to Bitcoin yet, bro, because you'll have to pay about 20 bucks. So like, yeah, You know, just think about those types of things, and like you can end up helping your friend. You know, like, you know, you don't want Bitcoin right now because the network is too clogged up because stock markets got into it. Now it's going to be clogged up for, you know, a few days. I definitely see like there's going to be a surge, then there's going to definitely be a correction. And then, yeah, there's also going to end up being, so things can get so wild because now there's going to be a lot of diversification into these other coins. And since Coinbase, yes, I know a lot about Bitcoin, by the way, Rhino Mods, I've been around Coinbase since like 2012, I think. And my most active account was in 2013. And like, yeah, I'll say this, that like Coinbase has definitely got some backing behind this, Goldman Sachs. And they're also trying to be a regulated company. What's up?
Is Angels List or something was on it too, right?
I think
I don't
so.
remember. I know Golden. That's for sure.
Yeah, Goldman Sachs definitely, and that's a huge banking corporation that like you could see is like they're not gonna let their money just like squander. So, yeah. So let's see. Is there another wallet I could use to transfer between coins? Coinbase denied my upgrade for some reason. Your upgrade for your verification, huh? And then Permacats got it. Let's see. So you can't send to each other without fees, but you can trade between coins for free. What site or app do you recommend for swapping? Great question. So, okay, see, there we go. There we go. Getting the good questions. So first of all, there's a few of them. Shapeshift.io is an amazing one. That's the most popular one. And in fact, the
Bitflyer has no fees.
nice. Okay, we'll check out that one too. So, okay. So see, Shapeshift is the fastest, safest exchange on earth, and basically you just sit here and you click one and you click the other. You click one and you're like, it'll show you, see? And you could change anything for anything. Except for, you know, if it says temporarily unavailable right here. So I could go to Komodo. Boom, Komodo for Ether, right? There's no limit here. I could trade Komodo for clams. Give me them clams. But see, so like as that is, like you can see that, and this really happens really fast. There is a fee because this is essentially just sending this over to an exchange for the current rate and then trying to exchange it for the current amount of clams right there. But you will see the amount before you actually trade it. So see, you deposit this. The miner fee is 001 clam. But yeah, so that's that. And then Bitflyer. Awesome.
Yeah. I actually got, somebody sent me a screenshot of their deposit they made yesterday. 50K.
Perfect, guys. Perfect. See, that's what I'm talking about, guys. There we go. I love seeing you guys getting all up and active in chat. So yes, okay, so Rhino Mods, to answer your question about the verification thing, don't feel bad, bro. I've had my stuff denied too. You can send them an email going like, look, y'all denied me. What do I got to send you? Was my picture blurry? Was the passport not clear? What do I got to do? And they'll look at it. Another thing too that we should say too is that, first of all, honor to Coinbase right now because they have so much stress on them and they're still trying their hardest to help you. They at least gave you a denial. You know what I'm saying? Rhino Mods, they could have like let you go for 60 days, missing all these opportunities, not knowing what's going on. And then, so that's what's really cool is like they at least gave you an answer. And next, just send them an email. And then the other thing that I would say is ask for their number in your email to them because I hear that they're opening up their Coinbase customer service number. So you could call them and say, yo, I have ticket number 4527 whatever. And then, you know, I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for my account to get verified. Can you please verify me? I don't want to miss out on any other opportunities. And then, you know, that'll help them. It'll help compel them a little bit. And I'll tell you this, like, it's not the quickest process, but they definitely do not leave their customers hanging. It took me almost a month to get some Bitcoin back from my old account. And yeah, I eventually got it back. It took over a month, but they would not leave me hanging. They would not give up. And I was like, cool, man. And so we went through the craziest verification processes. So I had to like show them like old transactions on the blockchain, things like that to prove to them that that was me. But I was able to do it. And like I was able to gain access to my funds again. So it's possible, especially if you guys know what you're doing with blockchains. Continue to follow this channel and you will. So 1 second. Wow. Thank you. So yeah, so first of all as well, Bitflyer. So yeah, go ahead and talk to them a little bit about it.
mean, I don't know too much because I haven't personally used it. I've just, based on one of my buddies who's pretty, he's obviously pretty big in cryptos. He's depositing 50K. He's been doing this for a while now. I've actually kind of he's now kind of almost like my mentor, pretty much. Not kind of. He has turned into it. I asked him. He's been giving me advice, and yeah, he just sent me a screenshot of his transaction. Sent over 50K, 0 fees, and he told me, the next time, if I rack up some money and I want to make some, a nice transaction like that, deposit somewhere when it's secure and safe, which is also crucial because you want to make sure you go to a good, obviously reliable exchange. That's the place. So I recommend it. I don't really know much in terms of anything else regarding it, but it's 0 fees, and I'm down to not pay 0 fees. So, and I'm sure most people are too.
Yeah, definitely.
And then regarding getting your ID rejected, you don't worry about that. Like I actually, some exchanges I've been good with, but like for instance today I got declined by Poloniex. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yep, Poloniex.
Yeah, Poloniex. And I sent them not only my ID, I sent them my utility bills, things like that, and they still rejected it. And I don't know what it was I did, but I did exactly what Starseed said, and I emailed them, and then also created a support ticket, and made one of those. So now I've got 2 things out there, and hopefully they get back to me in a day or 2, but don't let that kind of discourage you. It's not like you're doing anything wrong. It's just they're honestly probably their machine just rejecting things that they see any little maybe slight discrepancy. When it's dealing with money, it's pretty common for something to get rejected.
Yep. Yeah, so that's it there. Rhino Mods, I'm sorry, man. So let's see. I'm trying to end up making that a little bit better. He's saying that it's hard for him to hear you.
Not like you're doing anything wrong. It's just they're honestly probably their machine just rejecting.
But I'm able to hear him through my little test device. I have a test Twitch stream device that I watch the stream through, and I can hear him. So I mean, I know that the volume is low. I did just try to turn it up. It's up as much as I can get it right now. So if anybody has any tips on Discord and making the volume louder for other participants in voice rooms, please shoot me that. I will give you some stars. I'll try to do whatever I can because that's going to help the channel out. But yeah, so Rhino Mods, what he's saying is that just not to worry about it, and that the not to worry about the verification on the site, and that Bitflyer is awesome, and that the fees, it's attractive, man. It's very good to end up using this. It's kind of like how Binance is attractive right now with its automatic stop losses, if you haven't gotten into that. That's amazing. So yeah, so that's great. And let's see, Ray says, let's go ahead and get into some of these, reading some of these other ones. So what site do you recommend for swapping? Another one that I was going to show you too, because Ray says, hey Sav, after a trade on an exchange, Binance, the exchange takes its fees, leaving me with a fraction of a coin. Do you know, how do I consolidate all the fractions of the coins? Ooh, God, you guys got,
good question.
Y'all got all the best questions right now. Now you guys are trying to get the stars. This is one of my favorite ones. Okay, so check this out. What you're talking about is called gold dust. And so on all the exchanges, I have a lot of gold dust in different altcoins and on different exchanges. And there is a bot that I have come across a long time ago, and it's not very effective now just because things have changed, but it's a bot that basically sets sell orders for 1 Satoshi above the minimum trade size, so that way you could just go ahead and try to trade it and then get rid of all of those coins and try to push all of those Satoshis and try to push those back into Bitcoin, even as minuscule as it is. But sometimes you may have to end up pushing some coins back into that altcoin in order to make that minimum trade happen, and then in order to get that back out, if that makes sense. So yeah, there's multiple ways of messing with this, but yeah, it's called gold dust. So look for it, and if any of you guys are getting into programming, if any of you guys know programming, I will tell you this right now, a hot tool you can make for everybody getting in right now is a gold dust sweeper. and it would just basically go like what I was just saying. It would go to Binance, and it would set up a sell order for like 1 Satoshi above like 5,001 Satoshis. For every altcoin you have minimum like...
Did Coinbase create Satoshi?
No.
Like that kind of coin? I was just curious. I watched something on with the CEO. He referenced Satoshi.
Yes.
Like not Satoshi, like obviously like Bitcoin creator, but like the coin Satoshi.
Yeah, there's a lot. So yeah, like that's, I don't think that they, nope, I've never read anything that they created it, and like I would see something, we would see way more about that.
Okay.
So, yep, good question though, good question. So like, dude, that is such an awesome question, Ray. Jeez, all you guys, I gotta give you guys all stars tonight. But like, I can't send them to Shapeshift because they only let me send to a few major cryptos. So check this out, Ray. If you don't like Shapeshift, there's the beauty of so many other places. There's this other one that I love called Changelly. And let's go ahead, let me bring it up. Changelly is something that I've used a lot to end up switching out Bitcoins. Changelly.com. Okay, cool. So this is one that can end up sending through other exchanges as well. And so look, just like Shapeshift, Changelly has these as well, where you can end up coming through and boom, boom, boom. You can switch out any of these cryptocurrencies. So if you have, what, 1 library credit, you get 0.0005 ETH, you know, and you could change it out for 0.008 Zcash, 0008 Zcash. And so you just click on exchange, and it kind of like works the exact same way as like Shapeshift, and it's just an alternative. So I wanted to show you that in case Shapeshift fails you, because we should have 3 to 5 of these type of sites at our disposal at any given time, guys. So, all right, next, since Christmas is coming up, what do you suggest I do to exchange a coin to cash so I could get something for my kids' Christmas? Kids' Christmas. Rhino Mods got the good questions, bro. I would end up saying this right here too. Shapeshift, or not, what did I just, Shift Card. So like, I would just definitely end up saying like Shift Card is a way that you might be able to, it's the 11th right now, you might be able to still get this card before Christmas Eve even. But I'll just say this, man, you could also end up, you said that your Coinbase verification is low. So here's what I would do, bro. You could, okay, so here's one other thing. I'm going to show you this right here, which is Shift Card. This is a card that's connected to your Coinbase. So whenever you can get your Coinbase working and you can get the verifications going to where you like it, get one of these Shift cards. I don't know why that went to Coin Mama. That's lame. But get this Shift card. And like, I've done other videos on it. But let me just show you this. Localbitcoins.com for Rhino Mods right here. Let me pop this out in chat for you too, bro. But yeah, so what this is a place where you can go and you can buy and sell Bitcoins for very, very, in many different ways. And you could do it for cash. So right here, you end up coming right here and you could go cash by deposit, cash by mail. So like cash by deposit is actually pretty cool, where you can actually take cash into a bank and you can go and like deposit it at somebody's account, and then they will give you Bitcoin to a wallet. Oh, Taylor, I'm gonna have to end up meeting you in a minute. The mic is going back, it's getting all crackly. So, but anyways, yeah. You can do PayPal My Cash, cash at an ATM. So like right there, guys, like you can end up doing things where you can end up depositing it from cash. You could, so this is where you could deposit it from cash. You could buy in cash. And so right here, just know that if you're paying through cash, you're gonna pay a premium. So what's the bot called? Gold Dust? No, so there is no, I don't even know what that bot is called. There is no name for it. It was just like a project that somebody had put up a long time ago that was like, hey guys, I figured out a way to get my Bitcoin, like my small amounts of Bitcoin back. So it was just a bot that somebody made a long time ago. And gold dust is the terminology for those little amounts of Bitcoin and altcoins that you have sitting on all these exchanges, because you couldn't sell at the minimum amount. You couldn't fulfill your full order. And it happens to everybody. It happens to all of us. So, yep. Let me just look through some more of the messages. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, localbitcoins.com. That's where that's at, guys. That is where that is. So, you know what? Like, yeah, let me just go ahead and before everybody gets out of the chat here, because I'm gonna. If anybody else has any messages or any questions, throw them out. Let's go ahead and talk about some more of these questions. I am having a blast answering these right now. And then I'm gonna make a list of stars for everybody that had great questions right here tonight, so that once I do figure it out, because like I just got to figure out how to reward them. And once I figure out how to reward them and set up the store, man, we're gonna have so much fun with this. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Scobuffs who, it was during one of the nights I was studying. He was like, "Hey, Starseed's sending out some stars, man," and trying to explain it over a chat. I didn't know what it was, and so I'm new to that, and I think that's pretty cool that you're doing that, man, and like creating your own coin and rewarding that. That's really neat, man.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. And also, like, here's the other thing. If you have any ways to think about how we can make this better, like, let's make it better, because, like, you know, the spaceship's here for all of us. And, like, yeah, if you got any feedback on being like, yo, this could be better, or, like, I think, like, if the stars were weighted different, or, like, you know, because I'm going to be doing things where, like, the people that follow are going to get stars, the people that retweet this stuff are going to get stars, the people that ask great questions, participate, all that stuff are going to get stars. I so far have it set up so that every 10 minutes you get 1 star, but I might change the weight of that so that we could spend them a lot more often and like just have fun with them. So, yeah. Yeah. It's gonna end up being just like our own currency that we have, and then also I've participated in the creation of cryptocurrencies before, but I'm gonna end up like holding off on creating a cryptocurrency for a while. So it's just gonna be a little channel currency for right now. So it's fun, but maybe there could be ways in the future where there might be possibilities that you could earn cryptocurrency through that, or just get gifted cryptocurrency is a better way of saying it, donated. So that way it's not even a taxable event.
It's a gift.
Yes, exactly. Got to be very careful about our terminologies. That's exactly it, guys. Like, that's why I want to get into more of the sovereignty, more of the investment stuff, so that we can know about like the words that we're using and why they're so important to use them in certain ways. And also, you know, we're at the exactly, and right now at the time that the IRS and everybody else is trying to define this even more. They're trying to put more definitions and words around it, so we have to be very careful about what we see about what's happening there and using those words, because that's just basically wrapping us up in legal binding. So
yeah, they just created a new department, just purely like they had one for like, you know, like transactions that were you know, over the internet, or you know, illegal trading, but not for cryptos. And now they just created another new department there just solely for that.
I see. Yeah. So, and like, dude, I totally see that, as well as Trump's administration was talking about how they're starting to watch cryptocurrencies, and they're going to use the Department of Homeland Security to find competent people to monitor cryptocurrencies and come out with regulations. And I was like, man, this is so backwards. Like,
yeah, it's the complete opposite of what they were intended for.
Exactly. Like, that's it. Like, and you guys, like, there's
trying to centralize something that's decentralized.
Pretty much. We are watching right now how you now know more than the government knows about cryptocurrencies. Anybody watching this channel and has been watching this channel knows more than the government currently does about cryptocurrencies. So here's what Thomas Jefferson said: resistance to tyranny is obedience to God, my friends. And whether you call it God, Buddha, the universe, whatever, in nature, like, it doesn't matter. Spirit, if you obey spirit, you obey your intuition, then you must resist this type of tyranny that might be coming upon us, which is where right now our people know more about the technology than the government. This is exactly the perfect area that we should have always been, so that way we can end up rising above our government, and not like some revolutionary guns blazing bloody way, but in an educational way, in a way where we are sovereign and we can say to our government, hey guys, we as a people know so much about this that this is how we as a people want to adopt this as a people. And that's how we form our governments. And we all said this, and we all participated in all of these laws coming about. And we were intimately connected and educated on every aspect of it. So that's what I'm talking about. You guys now know more about the technology than the government does. So let's do our best to educate our government in a healthy, peaceful, transparent way, because they're going to definitely try to be like, but terrorism, I'm telling you terrorism, I'm telling you fraud.
It's funding terrorism.
It's terrorism. And so like I'm just trying to say though that like fiat money funds terrorism as well, and fiat money has less transparency than this. So like this is where we have to end up calmly talking and having open discourse with our governments and saying, look, you know, I'm not totally trying to say I want to eradicate governments, because we wouldn't have any way to do any business with other countries, but I am trying to say that we want to end up having balance, so that way our people can feel confident, they can feel good about the places that they live. Every country, every populace can feel good about their country. They can feel good about their government, because they're like, hey, I definitely play into all of the voting that happens here. I definitely play into all of the laws that change. Like, I know where my tax dollars are going, and as soon as they don't go there, then I don't put my money there. And it's easy, because then that part of the blockchain doesn't take it. Like that smart contract doesn't put it towards all the schools, you know, or it doesn't put it towards all the military spending, because I'm done with spending on that. I think that we're really too powerful in the military aspects even right now. So like, yeah, because of that, guys, like this is just what I'm trying to get at. And let's be healthy with it. You know, there's a lot of room that the government has to learn to about these things, so let's be the ones to help them. Let's be the ones to tell them, but in a beautiful and a peaceful and a calm way, and in a way that opens it up, so that we could be like, look, we understand that, you know, a government, my final stance right here, and it always changes, but like my final stance right here is that like I always believe that government should exist, but it should just exist to the point where people can agree on standards, so that they could be like, here's what we do in this country. Yeah, we kind of get along this way. We measure numbers this way. We follow this metric system. We follow this addition system. And it's just so we can get along. It's just so we can send each other mail. But it's not something so that we could take way too much pride in it and want to go and like stomp other people's systems down. No, like that's definitely not the way that it should go. So Thomas Jefferson also said, I think, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, please, but he also said that the government should be switched out entirely every 10 years. And if the government stays longer than 10 years in its own seat, then that's when it starts to get stale and our laws get obsolete and our perspectives get obsolete. So we should have been refreshing everybody in all of those seats every decade. And that's what I really...
You're right, because that's been the problem with career politicians, like the Bill of Rights and things like that, and the Constitution wasn't written for there to be career politicians. That wasn't the original purpose of when we created our government system. It was supposed to be people of all kinds of backgrounds, and like doctors, lawyers, everything like that are supposed to just have an impact on the country for that term and for that like minute of time, and then be done with it, and then it's somebody else's turn.
Yes.
That was actually the real purpose behind it. But now it's turned into obviously a money Ponzi scheme where it's just, you know, they're just all career-long politicians, which is why Trump won.
You got it, bro.
You don't want to see no more career politicians.
And that's the epitome. That's the epitome of what it is right there. Is like it took us having to get as far as somebody like Trump. We had to exaggerate it so hard so that way the pendulum can finally start to swing back. Because that's the way I feel. After Trump is done, like there's going to be people taking this office that's going to be so easy to fill the seats now. Because they'll be like, oh man.
Who the new candidates are going to be.
Yeah, exactly. And what they're going to say. And what they're going to say about Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's going to now be a talk. You're right.
Right? They're going to be like, so what are you going to do about Bitcoin, Bernie? And they'll be like, Bernie will be like, dude, I'm so down. And like, think about like Bernie versus Ron Paul. And they'd be like, Ron Paul will be like, no, I love Bitcoin more. And Bernie will be like, no, but I love Bitcoin even more. Like, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, it's becoming it's just massive. It's hit mainstream now.
Yep. Yep. Ray's got a good point. So he's saying for a long time in the media, the media was using Silk Road and terrorism to discredit BTC. But what they forgot to mention is that the vast majority of drug deals and terrorism are still and always have been paid for in fiat money. Boom. And wars and guns and ammo and bullets and handcuffs and prison bars and all these other things that separate us that are so unnecessary. Come on. Like, I did this beautiful article last night about how Bitcoin is actually like 100 times less expensive to maintain than the fiat systems, because these bankers are trying to say, oh, it's expensive. It's no. And there are other people that's getting to environmentalists too, and environmentalists are like, yeah, that must be right. Like, Bitcoin is costing way too much electricity. Like, this is not sustainable. This is not good. Well, okay, let's look at what we are currently consenting to. You're consenting to like a bunch of corporation buildings that are skyscraping high, super expensive, and all they do is build up these tiny little brick buildings called banks, and then those banks pay for armored guards, they pay for trucks that have armored plates on them, they pay for vaults that have armored bars on them, like just all this stuff, dude, that like, instead of all that, you could just put a miner in the corner, baby. and you're good. You're good. So that's why I want to tell Ethan and other people that are talking about the environmental cost of this. Yeah, there's a cost. There's a cost to everything. But as we transition into new areas of doing commerce and new areas of holding our value, we're going to find that Bitcoin was like 100,000 times cheaper than paying for armored guards and even the little zippered baggies and all the stupid crap at banks. And like, oh man, it makes me sick sometimes seeing about how some of the banks have most beautiful marbled floors and ceilings and gold across everything, because I still have the flashes in my head of the children in Myanmar right now that are taking a little piece of a bark, and they're trying to scoop up some water with it, and there's fleas and there's cockroaches and there's bugs in that, and they drink it, and they drink it down like nothing. And we have buildings over here covered in marble, and we have places like in the Vatican that are covered with solid gold. Please help me understand this, because what's happening right now, guys, is now things have gotten so out of balance, they've gotten so exaggerated, that we must learn. And we have learned so much from this that now we're going to put them back into balance, and we're going to go back to being all like, nah. I can remember, we even have pictures and videos of when the world got so exaggerated, when there were certain places on the world where places were way too rich, way beyond anything they could ever possibly need, and there were places on the world that were way too poorer than anything they could ever need to end up being in. So like, that's where we are seeing it, and that's why cryptocurrency is coming out right now. Absolutely, it's the right time on the planet, because things have gotten so exaggerated, they've gotten so confused, they've gotten so blurred, that we now need to find some type of centralized accounting system just to get us to be accountable. And then once we're able to account for ourselves, you see that? Account able. And we're able to account for ourselves, then we won't really need a blockchain. Then we won't really need passwords. Please imagine a planet already without passwords, without locks on the doors, my friends. It's hard. I know it's hard, especially where some of you guys are watching this from. I know that's like, y'all are like looking back and scoffing at this like, shit, you wouldn't believe. So yeah, like, I understand, guys, that there are some places that it is very dark, that it is very, very exaggerated right now. But I also want you to know that I have the faith. And it's not like any religion that's driven me here. It's just the fact that, like, I just see nature. I just see how we're going to end up coming back into balance. And we won't end up needing things like passwords and locks. You're going to be like, our kids are going to be like, Dad, what's a password? And you're going to be like, son, oh man, let me tell you, that was back on Earth when we had a lot of confusion, okay? We were hurting ourselves, and we were hurting each other, and we were basically taking water from each other. We were taking land from each other. We thought that we could own little pieces of the planet. We were so ignorant. And so that's what I want you guys to remember. Please stay optimistic, because in the future, we're going to be able to have this type of thing. But it's only if we end up staying optimistic, we take full sovereignty, full accountability for our financial decisions right now and for everything else in our lives. So, you know, that's my little rant, but that's also just how the spirituality ties into all of this, because if you can uphold these currencies the way you're supposed to, will you need a bank telling you what to do? Will you need people telling you where to go and pay your taxes? No, you'll probably just already pay your taxes because you appreciate paved roads. And you appreciate your children getting educated by good tools. You appreciate sterile objects in your hospitals. So you'll probably want to pay taxes. There will be certain blockchains that will show you how to pay those, so that you can have confidence on knowing that this is fair and that there aren't certain politicians or people in the government sliding 20-30% back in their pockets, and then we only get to find out about them years later in these Panama Papers, or when hackers do the most work possible to try to help us out. So that's just where I'm at, guys. You know, and Cole, thank you so much for joining. Appreciate that. You know, and Rhino Mods, I don't see a subscribe button on the channel. How do I subscribe to you? You just follow right now. Try to get your friends to get on too, because like if I get more than 50 people viewing at the same time for more than 30 days, that's when I become a Twitch partner. And so like that's going to be a long way away. And like, you know what, I'm not too worried about it, but just follow me right now. Also follow me on Twitter, because that's where I'm really active too. So I'm going to be posting out every time that I go live, stuff like that. And also yeah, man, like as soon as you follow, I'll be able to end up making some more videos. And I'm going to make these videos private just for the people that are following, and you can see how I'm starting to put, you know, Bitcoin into these different investment companies, and I'm definitely making passive income every day in multiple streams. So I'm diversified, and that's the best way to be, guys.
Diversified portfolios.
Yes, sir.
Always.
Yes, sir. They being the controllers to propaganda. Exactly. That is right, Ray. That is right. Speaking very succinctly. And so I love that. And like, yeah, my friends, if you guys have any other questions, throw them out. In about the next 2 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and pause end the stream. But then I'm going to end up being back in about 15 minutes, and we're going to read a little bit of some Hermetic wisdom, because I feel that it's probably the most pertinent right now. And if you want a little preview, what I'll say is that Hermetic wisdom is some very, very beautiful wisdom that I came across when I was going through U.S. public high school. And it was such controversial wisdom that when I was reading this book, it was in a whole area of knowledge of books that I was starting to dive into. And when I was reading this book, every paragraph that I would read in this book, the amount of life it would give me would equate to like a whole month of like U.S. government school. And I was reading about like mathematics, and I was reading about nature, and I was reading about like just shapes and geometry and things like that. And when I was learning about sacred geometry and the type of geometry, so these books in Hermetic wisdom, it talks about how, you know, in Greece and in Rome and in Egypt, they would teach about secret shapes in the Platonic solids, and they would teach about how these things are found in nature everywhere. And those books opened my mind up so freaking wide that I wouldn't be able to go to sleep after I would read some of them, and then I would go back into school the next day. And I went to an alternative school, and we were able to draw on the chalkboard and present questions to our class if we wanted to. So I went into the chalkboard and I presented a question to the class, and I was like, so what do you guys know about the Egyptian royal cubit? And it was so crazy because nobody knew, nobody wanted to know, like it didn't matter. And like I was realizing that the mathematics that they were teaching us was so much slower than the mathematics that I was getting in one paragraph of this Hermetic wisdom of the books that I plan on reading on the next stream. And so this is part of some of the greatest gifts that I could have ever been given. And right now, rest in bliss to my mother, because she gave me one of the greatest gifts I could have ever asked for. And that's the gift of appreciating good literacy, my friends. Because I want to tell you, if you guys appreciate literacy, if you just appreciate books, if you just appreciate the knowledge that's sitting right there around you, then you will end up compounding your worth so much that you'll be able to see and you'll be able to approach. Doesn't matter the cryptocurrency, doesn't matter the market, doesn't matter what's going on. You will have purified yourself in such a way that you'll be able to have like a Midas touch on almost anything that you operate with. So I just wanted to end up saying that, and it's this type of knowledge I'm very passionate about because it eventually made me proudly drop out of U.S. government high school. I went and got my GED, my good enough diploma. It was great, and I did not mind it at all, and I have not been questioned about this, my GED, ever since I left high school, and I've gotten great jobs that other people, they now try to link up on me on LinkedIn because they went way far in college and they still can't get like a job at Apple or something like that. I'm not trying to say this to brag, my friends. I'm not trying to say this. Please don't take this as egotistical. Please take this as me telling you I am a student of knowledge and I am a student of life always, always, until the day I die, until the day that this body gives out. I am a student of all of this, and I want to remain that way. And the greatest gift I could give any of you guys is to read out of some of those books that helped me lift my wings out of the high school that I was given and pretty much fly into the school of life that I always wanted to be in, where it's much more intuitive, it's much more sovereign, and it's much more beautiful. And so like where I'm just saying this, guys, is that like there's a lot of beautiful deep knowledge and it's not meant for, you know, the masses. It's not meant for the public, because a lot of this is going to be hard to comprehend, and a lot of it is going to be hard for you to look inside yourself and get honest with yourself with the things that I'll be reading. So if you want to end up learning about that, it's not going to be the easiest, and it's not going to be the most exciting. It's definitely not going to be an exciting stream. So I'm going to need some help in chat at some point. I'm going to need some people to end up helping out, keeping the mood going, because like, you know, it's not going to be the easiest. But I can tell you, when you start to hear it, and you start to hear it after a little while, you're going to be like, holy crap, the stuff that is coming out of this book right now, I need it right now. Like, it's just so beautiful, and it's religionless. Like it doesn't follow any straight dialect or anything. It is a school of thought, but it helps you free yourself from so many of other schools of thought. It helps you link all of the schools of thought that you've been studying together with mainstream principles. And so yeah. So, wow, so I think we're being censored. I sent a message that won't go through. Sent again, won't go through. Very interesting. The message was about the fact that fiat money is guilty of a crime of usury. It cited the Bible, the Torah, and the Quran. It won't go through. Maybe something on... Well, you did put Bible, Torah, and Quran. So, I don't know. Maybe something that maybe something that Twitch wasn't allowing. That is pretty interesting to see that we're being censored on that. So thanks for saying that. You know what else? We also got the voice chat, my friend. And then I will say too that like, yeah, I will be looking into that, because you're right. You know, usury is something that's big, that our people, that our species is going to learn all about. It's going to learn all about how the usury is like running rampant on us right now. But yeah, it's going to be a long transition before we pull ourselves into that. So I'm so into that's so fascinating, Ray. Like, show me this message later on, like maybe in a text or something, and like we'll see what happens. Like, I don't know. Yeah, throw it up in Discord, bro. Like, let's see if we can end up. Maybe I'll type it in a chat. Maybe it's just like a viewer thing. But yeah, guys. So talk to me some more. Tell me anything else that you guys want to end up knowing, because like, yeah, I will end up ending it soon, and I want to end up reading a little bit about out of this hermetic wisdom, just because it's not meant for most, and it's meant for the few. That's what esoteric means. It means meant for just a few people, not meant for a lot. And it's going to be people that want to stay up, that want to learn, that want to understand more. And like, you know, there have already been people that have watched some of those videos that have already read that book. But they're like, I don't care. I just love this book so much that I just listened to your video again. And that was on my old YouTube channel. So yeah, check it out. But we're going to be going through a little bit of it. The message. Yeah, so let me see if Ray's popping anything out in the stream. I keep trying to go to the Discord room, but the app's not working. Dang it. Okay. Well, then copy and paste it maybe into a SMS text message to me or something, bro. We'll see. Or just tell me next time that we hang out, and I'll see if I could type it in chat. Because that's weird. And if we're already being censored like that, like, gosh, man, that's annoying. Have you guys seen the video of Ajit Pai reading tweets? Okay. So you guys will end up seeing it like, man, if you ever go up against this guy in like a political election, this is gold. So let's just see here. Ajit Pai reads tweets. You guys, man, this makes me so mad. How this dude, like, he's just pretty much rubbing it in your face. So anybody that's tuning in right now that wanted to know,
I'm Ajit Pai. I'm the chairman of the FCC.
he's the one that's pretty much making the big decision on pulling out net neutrality. So watch what he says when he reads tweets. I can't believe what I'm watching.
I really enjoyed the public debate about the future of the internet, and I especially appreciate some of your tweets. At Charisse, Ajit Pai reminds me of Pinocchio, except instead of his nose growing when he lies, his head starts bubbling. Hashtag Pai Bubblehead. Charisse, I find that really offensive. I always tell the truth.
Gosh.
Game 1776. Ajit Pai,
Yeah,
go
it's
back
lagging
to
a little
Africa, where you came from.
Did you say it's quiet?
Are you even English?
No, it's lagging a little bit, like you can't hear it.
Oh.
Ajit Pai is another fascist.
But that could also be
needs to
maybe my internet.
apprehended
My internet's getting
put on
funky
trial
right now.
for crimes against
Okay.
humanity.
And always around this
He is
time.
coming. You're not going to catch me if I'm back in Africa now, are you? At Fluffy
Listen to this guy.
Ajit Pai, why do you hate America? Why do I hate America? Why do I hate America? Skinny jeans, kale, the Raiders, people who say acronyms like BAY and claim to be woke. I mean, what more evidence do you need? At Alcoves SMB, breaking news. Ajit Pai sent to jail for treason. American women less creeped out due to lack of Pai's face around. Well, when I get out of jail for treason, as Matthew McConaughey said, I might be older, but they'll be the same age.
Dude, can you believe that?
Bum Bum tweets, Ajit Pai has an insanely punchable face.
I can hardly hear him. I might have to go back and watch on my own. All I heard is something about like why does he hate Americans, and it sounds like he answered that like he gave reasons why he didn't like Americans.
Yes, he goes, why do I hate Americans? I'll tell you why I hate Americans. Skinny jeans and people that use acronyms like BAY and claim that they're woke. And I'm all like, dude, you're being an ass. Like, this is crazy.
And this is the guy who's like gonna like be the cause of net neutrality
Yep.
like, going away.
Yep. And he is just mocking it. Last night, I don't know if you saw, but like I was doing like a stream as well, where like he was going up and he was trying to he made fun of himself, where he put up a video where it was like a video of him in 2003 at Verizon headquarters, back when he was a attorney for Verizon. And it was him and the chairman of Verizon now. And she comes into the room and she goes, hey, so we need to end up, we think the FCC is captured, but it's not captured enough. So what we need to do is we need to hire somebody that's young, handsome, and stupid and dorky enough to get into the FCC and help take it over for us. And he, in this video, goes, oh, that sounds awesome. Like, hello, like, I'm the guy. And like, he does this. Like, he shows his own video of him making fun of this stuff. And like,
That's ridiculous.
dude, yeah, like, I'm like, I don't even know, like, it's so appalling. You don't even know what to do anymore.
So it's officially gonna happen then.
Yes, everybody, all 5 representatives have already said that they're going to vote to take away the net neutrality rules, and that they aren't reading any more comments, votes, or anything from anybody, even if it is supportive, because now they have made their decision. And I'm all like, wow, so there are people that don't even care, and they are doing things to the rest of us. That sounds like controllers.
I brought it up to my parents and they didn't even know what I was talking about. That's also the other problem. Purposely not putting this in the media.
Oh. And so, like, you know, what's crazy too is that, like, now your parents are probably going to get access to like 1/100th of that which they used to, and they'll still not even know. They'll be like, oh yeah, it's great. I love my 700 channels. And be like, dude, the world is way bigger.
Yeah, oh yeah, this is gonna get bad. I hate that.
Well, it is on just the people that are using that. So what we got to do is we got to educate them. Exactly, bro. Exactly. So there you guys go. Like, there's so many different alternatives that are out there that are already getting set up that, don't worry, my friends, like, people are thinking of it for us, and like, we'll just be able to end up sitting back and pretty much trying to like, you know, just helping them, trying to like just adopt this stuff. It's easy to see. But let's see, like,
Tech's gonna be there. I honestly, you wouldn't be surprised if like things like Google Chrome and shit like that stopped getting used purely out of the fact of all this. And there's gonna be so many more alternatives. The way technology is, especially how cryptos are going, like it's maybe this goes along and affects people for 2 years, 3 years, but eventually it's all gonna get set up again where it's free.
yeah. Absolutely. So like, yeah, these types of things, like, don't get pessimistic, guys. Like, it's just a transitional period, and this is beautiful actually, because like for a long time, like, we weren't able to make moves this broad, this wide, even have shows like this that are this free to be able to do what we want. And so that's beautiful. And so, you know, like I've already been saying, I'm gonna definitely try to end up streaming from the spaceship as much as I can for as long as I can. If anybody starts seeing things being censored even more, call it out. Because like Ray, he also was talking about here, he sent me the message in SMS, so like I'll go ahead and read this right now. He says, let's see, like, if you guys can hear whatever they would be censoring out from this. So he said, they also forgot to mention that fiat money is only backed by debt, and that over 3 billion people whose heritage forbade the crime of usury are, according to ecclesiastic and religious law, from which all our modern laws stem, almost the whole world is being victimized by the banking system according to what is thought to be God's law. All laws. You did write that. All laws in the Quran, Mosaic law, and the law of Christ's commandment, the New Testament, that is to say, cryptocurrency is potentially a path to freedom from those who have been warned would enslave us. And I see that as well, you know? And like, yeah, like, that's interesting. I wonder what you wrote that made it censor. The word enslave, maybe? Maybe we can write some more words and we'll see like what it is. Usury. Legal. Tax. You know, like those types of words. Like those, like, let's see what gets censored.
What if you type that message? What if it, like, you know what I mean?
That's,
I mean, if you're quick with the keyboard, if not, don't worry about it.
yeah. I'll probably do it. I'll probably try to end up posting it in maybe tomorrow and see like if I get censored, because
That'd be a good start.
yep, let's see what we can end up doing. Like if it's just on a viewer level that's being censored, if like it's on like a viewer and a broadcaster level. Quran, yeah. Absolutely. It's all beautiful. It's all the same stuff, you know? Like, it's all helping give us like the divine ethics. The good way of being with each other. Yep. So all right then, you know, like if anybody else has anything else to say, you know, then I'll just go ahead and say, start to end up write it down, bring it to tomorrow's transmission. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect this transmission here, and then I'm probably gonna be back here in just a few minutes, and we're gonna read a little bit out of the Kybalion. So Hermetic Wisdom, guys, and yeah, just let me know if there's anything else that you guys want to end up coming up with, or if you want any other videos, throw it in the suggestion box, shoot me a message on Twitter. Yeah, I'm always here, and I'll be here tomorrow night at 10 p.m. So,
man, I'm gonna go get some questions ready for tomorrow, and I'm gonna get up early and be researching all day, so I can bring stuff, see what I can bring to the channel tomorrow.
Perfect, bro. Perfect. All right, guys. Well, yes, and everybody, thank you so much for participating. I'll be getting the stars out, and then yes, I'll just say, you know, all to the humans of Earth. I want you guys to go out, and I want you guys to stop somebody, you know, in the store tomorrow, or stop somebody on the street or in the line. And if you see somebody that, you know, has maybe done like a military service, that's a good one. If you see somebody that's done a military service, why don't you just go ahead and put your hand on their shoulder and say, I appreciate the service you did. That's a beautiful thing. It doesn't do anything harm, doesn't do anything wrong to anybody. And even if you don't believe in the current war machine, like I don't, I still appreciate the fact that there were people that cared about their other people. And that's what a lot of these soldiers were doing it for, was just the love of their country. And so that's where I still, even if I don't support the current war, I could still end up going up to a veteran and I could say, you know what? It's a beautiful thing that you did. I appreciate your service. So if you guys see somebody out there and you saw that they've done some service and they're wearing one of their hats, or they've done that, you know, definitely give them the honor. Let them feel good. And it's just a beautiful thing. So absolutely, absolutely, guys. Like, we're all one here. We're all here to help each other and love each other. And that's how we're going to get past all of this control, all of this centralization, and we're going to make it. So I just got to say, you know, I'm super grateful to everybody that tuned in tonight. Super grateful for anybody that followed, anybody that shared this. You're what makes this channel what it is. Keep the positivity going. My heart goes out to you. And we'll be back here in a few minutes for some esoteric wisdom. And tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for some more crypto news. This is Sovereign Starseed signing off. I'm going to say good night.
Hey.
What's up?
Real quick, sorry, I know you're about to cut off. And
You're good. You're good.
And for anybody, just wanted to say, right now, IOTA's up 8% in the past, like 3, 4, 5 minutes. They've just got a giant flagpole candlestick that just showed. And I think it's a lot of FOMO though right before the conference tomorrow. But you know, if you're not in IOTA and you're trying to get some quick gains, now might be the time. I'm a big IOTA fan, so I'm going to keep preaching that. But right now it's going crazy. It's up at like 450 now.
There you go. Perfect. I'm blasting out in chat. So yes, IOTA is up 8%, guys. Find the cheapest exchange that you can through CoinMarketCap, and you'll be able to end up making something nice tonight if you want. Yep. So again, you know, always end up just betting with money that you're comfortable with losing. And if you have any questions about this stuff tomorrow, come on back. The spaceship will be blasting off. So anything else you got to say, bro?
No, man. I just saw that. My group chat was going off. Like, people are freaking out on IOTA right now. So I was just like, oh dang, I gotta
Perfect.
share this right now.
Yes, I love that. Thank you so much for that. So yes, you guys. So this is Sovereign Starseed. We'll be back tomorrow night, and I'm just gonna say to the humans of Earth, have a beautiful night. I'll see you tomorrow night.